boyos.
Hello, boyos.
This is the Loner Gamecast, where we discuss that everything in the world is video games. This week, we're going to be talking about the one thing that everybody else has been talking about, and that is Activision Blizzard is being sued by the state of California. We'll get more into that once we get there. We're also talking about EA Play. That happened last week too. And of course, we got some titties. We always have some titties. My name is Nick. I will be your host for this evening. And to my left, I don't know if he's on my left or right, but that is Jake. Jake, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I have been watching those Olympics.
Oh, yeah?
Or attempting to. I don't know. They make it so incredibly difficult to actually watch the Olympics for someone who doesn't have cable TV.
Right.
And, especially since it's in Japan, so everything happens at 2:30 and then they do replays the next day or whatever. But, if you're trying to watch on the Peacock app, yes, this has turned into an Olympics podcast. Get used to it.
That's fine.
Everything is an Olympics podcast now.
They just released Tokyo Olympics 2020 on all platforms, so this makes sense.
Yeah. But I've been trying to watch it on Peacock, but the basketball replay just became available. The USA versus France just became available this morning, even though the game took place yesterday.
Right.
And I know the results already. So what's the point? I know they lost. So I don't. It's annoying. Just put it up.
How would they
put
do
it up
it
immediately? Though? Just it airs and then just post it on Peacock. Why are we?
I see what you said.
Why is there a delay? Yeah.
So they wait for it to be the next day to actually post it.
Yeah.
That is,
I don't know why they delay it. Same with skateboarding. Although skateboarding's easier to avoid what happened. I actually just finished watching the skateboarding event. It's pretty cool seeing skateboarding in the Olympics, but
was who am I gonna ask? Was Tony Hawk there?
I don't think Tony Hawk is there, but one of his proteges is there.
He's always in anything skateboard. Tony Hawk is there.
Yeah, he just competed in the X Games for the first time since 2003 a couple weeks ago.
Jesus,
which is pretty interesting.
He's a 70-year-old man at this point.
Yeah. No, I think he's 50, but still, that's an old
40,
man
40,
for that
50.
shit.
Yeah, you break a hip.
What you been up to, Nick?
Well, we played Magic, you and me.
That's true. We did do that.
We had a Magic night. There was a new a Magic set that came out that was Dungeons and Dragons based, and I like Dungeons and Dragons. You are impartial to it,
I like it. It's fun.
We had a good time. You fucking won.
Well, I got second place.
You got second place, but still, for somebody who doesn't play Magic, that's pretty good for a draft. Other than that, living the bachelor life. The missus is in New Jersey with family for 2 weeks, comes back Wednesday. So I've just been fucking vegging out, doing nothing. I have too many things to do before she gets back, dishes and trash and
clean that house,
cleaning shit that, should be cleaned on a regular. I just don't do it. So it's a busy couple of days before she gets back. Other than that, not a whole lot. Working like a dog, waking up too early, staying up too late, and
feeling like a bag of shit.
All my clothes are dirty, so I'm smelling like a bag of shit. Yeah, so that's pretty much how all my freaking... I watched that again, by the way. So did you, I heard.
I did. I saw it in theaters. We're talking about Bo Burnham's Inside, by the way, for people who don't know.
If you haven't seen it, it's fucking fantastic. Even if you don't like Bo Burnham, or you don't like comedy, or you just on the fence about it, go see it, because it's impressive.
I could see how someone could watch it and find it pretentious, but it is pretentious. But I like it because it is pretentious.
Well, it opens up a conversation and it makes you feel like you weren't alone in the last year and a half. It's like, damn, all right, we all went through the same shit, and it kind of like it builds a community, and it's kind of nice. And all the songs are bangers, even if you like don't like the lyrics in the songs themselves are fucking great.
It's true. These are true facts.
Yeah. So yeah, watch that shit. On last week's show, we asked the question, what are your thoughts on the Steam Deck? And we got one response from Zoothorn on YouTube. He says, I would definitely recommend giving a Demon Slayer anime movie a shot, though you need to watch the anime first, since the movie quite literally starts at the last episode of the season. I don't remember what that's in reference to.
Remember we were talking about, we talked about how that game came out, the, what was it called? The fucking Demon Slayer. The game came
Demon
out.
Slayer game?
And then I mentioned that the movie is like the highest grossing movie of the year, or one of the highest grossing movies of the year.
Gotcha.
And, yeah, so it's in reference to that.
Gotcha. I have heard.
I will probably
Demon
never
Slayer
watch
is
it,
pretty good.
if I'm being honest.
He says, also, the Steam Deck seems like a decent intro into PC gaming. Most of the people I've spoken to about it don't care too much about it since they can just stream their games to a tablet from their PC through Steam. Personally, I won't get one since I got a PC, but it does seem like a cool way to get more console-centric players a cheaper, easier access to PC games, especially, I'm adding this part, especially since you cannot pick up graphics cards anywhere.
It's true. But you're not going to be able to pick one of these up anywhere either. So
that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. So
I think,
I agree. I think
Zoothorn nails it by saying, getting players a cheaper, easier access to PC games, because I feel like that's always been the issue with PC.
Yep.
PC has, for a long time, been the best way to game, but it's hella expensive and it's not very accessible.
Yeah.
So he's right.
A big thing about like PC gaming too is like your PC is built to do everything, so if something goes wrong in one situation, it could wreck everything else. So whereas like a PlayStation or Xbox, it's, you boot it up and you're like, I know I'm going to be able to play these games. I know, as long as they don't crash, that I don't have to troubleshoot a PC. I just restart it. There's probably some, it's very user friendly as far as troubleshooting. Whereas a PC is like, oh, your thermal paste wore out or something, and now you need to replace your thermal paste. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know. Where do I get thermal paste? Like, it's so much easier for people who aren't as tech savvy to be. I don't remember what. I lost my entire sentence. That's okay. You know what I was going for, though.
Yeah. No, it's true. Like, like, especially since PC, a lot of PC is all about like building your own PC and stuff, and people just don't know how to do that. And pre-builts are often ass. And this just seems like a nice, cheap entry point for PC players or for console players or just like non-players to get into gaming in general. This could be someone's first console. That's kind of how I look at it. Like you're 16, you're working at a part-time job, going to high school, and you made enough money to buy a console. And it's like, well, I can buy a PlayStation, I can buy an Xbox, or I can just buy a PC that I can use for other things too, So it's a nice option for everybody, I think. Agreed.
So with that, we get to what you've been playing. What have you been playing? I'm excited to hear what you've been playing.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Cody, for hosting us. I greatly appreciate that.
Thank you.
So last week I mentioned that roguelikes piss me the fuck off. I can't stand them. I die all the time. But like, I love super giant games. They're one of my favorite developers, and they made Hades, which is a roguelike, and I kept dying in it. It's all I've been playing all week, and I've been sleeping on this game, dude. This game's it's fucking great. It's so good.
So good.
The soundtrack is incredible, as I would have expected from a game like this. But also, as you play it more, it becomes more enjoyable. And like, I don't know, yeah, you just start to learn it. And then like the story unfolding, I think Zagreus is one of my favorite fucking protagonists in any games ever. I just like him a lot. He's just like, he's the perfect, like, I'm a buff dude, but I'm also very kind and polite. And,
and
like
friendly. He's a friendly guy.
Yeah. He's like the perfect person. And and I love his interactions with Hell. And, I haven't finished it yet. There's obviously something unfolding here. I almost feel like him leaving is kind of a jackass move. It's like, just stay there, dude. Like, just.
Well, he wants to see his mom.
I know he wants to see his mom, but like, dude, your life's down there. Just stay there, man. Doesn't seem that bad. You're like royalty. And,
I mean, he's like an angsty teen, though. Like, I gotta get out of this house with my dad. He's annoying me, and I like the people there, but it's better if I move on. And that's kind of like, he's 16, 17. He's just had it with his home life, and he wants to venture out and see what else is out there.
I get it, but it's also like a dick move to everyone who's like stuck there, and he's just like, I'm leaving, fuck you guys. And they're like, oh, I thought we were friends, Zagreus. I guess not. And Hades is like, he doesn't seem like that bad of a dude. He just seems pretty stern. He's just like, fuck you, son. Like, go to your room.
I don't know if you've gotten to the part where it's like, it explains like how he was like working in Hell or not, working for his dad. And his dad's just like, nah, get the hell out of here. Like, you're fired, pretty much.
No, I don't think I've.
No? Okay. Yeah. So there's a section in that, and it's just like, you got it set. You're just bored. I think he's just bored.
Yeah. It seems like he's just like a privileged kid.
Yep.
Who I don't know. Just this overall, the story is just it's wonderful, and I love the way it's unraveling. I love the interactions with everyone. I love giving gifts to people, so you get to learn a little bit more about them. I love
ambrosia.
I love the dude who like sells you things, and you like talk to him and have like a nice conversation. And he just goes,
yeah.
I really like that.
The boatman, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really liking this game, and I'm excited to get back to it. Honestly, like, just to get.
Have you finished the third biome yet?
I haven't. That is where I'm at. I am like in the third biome. Okay. I don't think I've made it to that boss yet.
Okay.
But I'm getting further and further each time,
That's all it is. It's about learning the enemies and.
Yep. What's the weapon you use the most?
Oh man, there is a version of the spear that I use the most.
I really like the shield.
The shield is good too, with the bounce, the like Captain America bounce.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. But yeah, I think the standard sword.
Well, and you can also charge with the shield, which turns into a block while you're charging the charge,
right?
Which is really nice.
It kind of depends. Like sometimes I'll have I think my least favorite one is the bow.
Yeah, me too.
Unless I have like either rapid fire or shotgun fire, and then it's pretty okay. But the bow, I feel like it's just a little
doesn't have enough range, and it's too slow, and
it's a little slow. It doesn't have a lot of impact. It feels, whereas like you use the shield and you hit that, you get that really stylish like bounce, and it comes back to you, and it's like, yeah, that felt good.
Yeah,
a satisfying like little interaction there. Whereas the bow is just like, it shoots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the last form of the spear is my favorite one.
Anyway,
but
what you been playing?
I have spent so much freaking time in Monster Hunter Stories 2. And I still don't think I'm that far. Like every time I get on, I'm like, okay, it'll be like every day, but like 3 times a day I'll get on, do a mission or two, and then set it down because my Switch is dying at that point or whatever. And in between the missions, I'll do like all of these side missions. I'll craft armor and weapons and stuff like that. And then before you know it, it's like, oh man, that took me like an hour and a half to just do one mission. So I just got to the Toby Kadachi. I'm excited to have one on my team. But yeah, I like they're releasing content for it pretty soon too. Like they released Palamutes, which were in Rise, which are like dogs you can ride. And then in like a week, I think, or 2 weeks, they're releasing like this co-op dragon, like legendary dragon that's made of gold and stuff, and you can only do it in co-op. And then they're releasing more monsters that you can have on your team. I think the same week, and it's like, man, I gotta really like start plowing through this because all of this stuff that they're releasing is like end game sort of stuff, and I haven't even made it halfway through. It seems, but I'm still enjoying it. I love this game to death. It needs. I kind of want like DLC and more of it, even though I'm not done with it. I just want to play more. It's one of those games that keeps bringing me back. And then I've also been playing Apex, just kind of. It's just a thing, the mates are on. So I can play some Apex.
Yeah, the new season just dropped, right?
I think it's tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
When this goes live, it'll drop. I just got a download for it on PlayStation.
I think I did too. And it's like, you're out of space. And
nice.
Oh, my fucking God.
Stupid. Yeah, so I'm not really excited for the new season. They're still in the shittiest map, World's Edge. So it's like I don't care about World's Edge. It's such a terrible design, and they just keep changing it, trying to make it better, and it so far hasn't gotten any better. But I'm interested to see what the next season is. There's a new gun and whatnot, so I've just been playing it as just a time killer, a multiplayer time killer. That's kind of how it is for me. Other than that, not a whole lot. A little bit of Risk of Rain, a little bit of Rocket League, a couple of things here and there. But yeah. So with that, let's move on to the titties. These are just tidbits of information, news that may or may not evolve into something more. First little titty is Dead Space Remaster. Wow, that's kind of a spoiler for the rest of the show. Dead Space Remaster, if you didn't know, won't have any supposedly
microtransactions. Your mic kind of cut out there.
Oh, well. They apparently somebody somewhere said Dead Space Remaster won't have any microtransactions, and I wrote right, because they'll probably have microtransactions at somewhere in there.
So, maybe I should save this for when we get to the EA play. But like, is this like a remaster or a remake?
It is.
It's a ground up remake, right? Like
I don't think it's like as remake FF7 remake where they change a bunch of shit. I think it's like
we
redid all of.
Never mind. I was thinking Resident Evil. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. No. It's not one of those where they just redo the combat, redo everything. It seems more of. It sounds more like they're going to do all the same shit and just kind of build all the textures, all the characters, all the objects, and they're gonna fancify it. Maybe add a little bit of dialogue, take away some stuff, make the guns feel more modern. And that's kind of what we wanted, right? Like, don't fucking fuck with the game. Just take it, bring it into the new generation. Is how I feel about it.
You know what pisses me off about Dead Space, the remaster?
What's that?
The fact, and we'll talk about the microtransactions, which is what this titty is about. But the thing that pisses me off about Dead Space Remaster is they fucking closed the studio that made Dead Space.
Yep.
That's fucked. And then they made a Dead Space Remaster.
Yep.
That's fucked, man. I hate that shit so much.
Yeah, it's EA though. Like that's
so
kind of what
fucked.
they do. They like entice these small companies, not even small companies. They entice these smaller companies that just kind of want to publish their game, and they make it accessible to publish, and then they publish it in such a shitty time or do something shitty with it, make them do something shitty with it, and then they destroy the company. They just absolve the company and, well, your game doesn't sell very well, so we're going to destroy your company. And, we're never going to get Neversoft. Well, that's Activision, though. We're never going to get Respawn's going to die. BioWare's going to die. Dead. Like, all of these EA things are just kind of failing because the standards of EA, they're not meeting the standards of EA because they have to brush them out or, put microtransactions in them or, something that is just dumb.
I have a feeling Dead Space Remaster won't have microtransactions, but it may have some DLC down the line. You know what I mean?
I hope it doesn't. I hope there is nothing in this game other than,
it's a single player game. Like,
here's the game. Yeah, here's the game. We'll update it if there's bugs. That's it. That's the only thing I want from them is just the game that we know and love from 2012, 11. I don't remember when it came out. But Dead Space, as we know and love, just brought into the next generation. That's it. Don't have to do nothing fancy. Don't have to put a battle royale or nothing. Please don't. Please don't do that. Next little titty. Death Stranding sells over 5 million copies. It's kind of cool.
That just kind of shows that, like, moving it to PC, good move, probably.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Monster Hunter Stories 2, the game that I'm going on and on about, sells over 1 million copies. That's pretty good. Fucking good,
considering it's a Switch exclusive
and a month old,
Yeah.
like 2 months old maybe. Yeah. And then the last thing, Pokemon live action series in early development at Netflix from Lucifer's Joe Henderson. Is Joe Henderson like the creator, the director, Do you know who Joe Henderson is?
I was assuming he was the showrunner of Lucifer.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So we're getting that's kind of strange though. The guy who makes the Lucifer is making a Pokemon show.
I'm like okay with it because I like Lucifer.
Right.
I've only seen the first season of Lucifer and then stopped because my attention span can't handle anymore. But I liked it. I liked the first season of Lucifer, and it's a weird sort of like there's a lot of world building in Lucifer, and it's based off of a comic book, so like him leading a Pokemon thing where there's a lot of lore, and it's based off of a sort of nerdy IP. I guess it is sort of a comic book. It's a manga, so it's originally a video game though. But yeah, I don't know. I'm into it. The fact that it's live action is weird. It makes me wonder if it's like a spin-off of the movie that we got a couple years ago, Detective Pikachu.
I don't know.
I'm interested. They'll probably use those character models again. I'd have to imagine.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
save some money, and then just
especially if it's a show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It does worry me though. It doesn't worry me. I don't care that much. But like the only thing that it's like those Pokemon already looked horrifying. So like then those Pokemon again, but like on a lower budget, it's gonna be even more horrifying. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's a little concerning to me.
I agree.
But like I don't know. I don't think it's said what like the series is about. Is it like an Ash Ketchum sort of deal, or is it like another like kind of spin-off Detective Pikachu sort of Pokemons don't battle, they're just kind of there? Or is this an actual battle series? And if it is a battle series, what does it look like when a live action Pokemon battle takes place? Is that like a little concerning? Is it a little weird to watch? You know, because it's fine when it's cartoons, but when it's like these live action, real looking, it's like dog fighting, right? Yeah. So like, how does that work? I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of hope it's more like the original Ash Ketchum show, the 2001 show, where he's just kind of like he's like traveling the world and meeting people, and he doesn't necessarily battle anybody because he's so bad at like...
He does the gym battles.
He doesn't though. Like most of the time it's like, hey, welcome to the gym. You're going to have to win to get your badge. And then Team Rocket like messes shit up. And then he goes, and he just helps them out to stop Team Rocket. And they're like, oh, you've showed your courage. Here's a badge for you, son. And he's like, thanks. I didn't even do anything. I just got Pikachu stolen, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. There's still Pokemon battles in there, you know? And then like Team Rocket is fun in animation too. But then like when you see Team Rocket in live action doing this kind of hijinks, is that kind of, it's way more fucked up. Seeing these guys get blown up and sent into space, you know? But I
agree.
They could stylize it, you know? They could stylize it and make it ridiculous, you know, looking, even though it's live action. So
I think like the fact that it is animated really helps out Pokemon. Yeah. You know, because they can do that outlandish stuff that's just kind of cartoony. Whereas you get live action and it's a little questionable. You know?
Well, like even when you're playing Pokemon as a kid, it runs through your mind that you're like, I'm making these fucking dogs fight each other, you know? Yeah. It feels kind of wrong.
These two rats are just going at it.
Yeah, it feels kind of weird.
Die. Man. Yeah. But, you know, I've got a nephew. I've got nephews that just want to shoot and punch and, you know, they want to kill everything. And it's like, this is concerning. Was I like this when I was a kid, you know? And
Yes, you were.
Yeah, I probably was. Everybody wants to like shoot bows and arrows and you know, that's just wrestle. You know, because I remember wrestling, and it's just like, wow, this is dangerous as a kid. You know,
and I hate this shit now too.
Yeah,
I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, fuck that. Yeah, let's move on to the events. We had one event. And it was pretty lackluster. I actually didn't even watch it because I was at work when it came out. I had to watch it after the fact in like chunks. It was the EA Play, EA's EA Play, and I may have watched it in a different order. So I think they showed Grid Legends, which is a racing game.
Hold on. Can we talk about this for a second?
No. No, we're just gonna go right through it.
Because I thought the presentation was actually just fine. I thought it was the perfect length. It was about like 20-30 minutes. They showed like 5 things. Like, because you got to think, like EA Play in the past are always these long, drawn out 3-hour things where they're showing off Apex and Battlefield for way longer than you want it to be. But this one I thought was pretty good. They had Xavier Woods come out and he did a good job. He like exudes charisma anywhere he goes. And then like they're just like, here's a game, and here's the worst kept secret in all of gaming. And like I thought that was perfectly acceptable. Like I thought it was just fine.
Right. It would have been if none of the like we only got
especially like knowing
2 games that we didn't know about.
But like especially going into it, like, okay, we're not getting Star Wars. You know, like we know this, and we're not. You know, like I don't know, like, and we're not getting Skate, and so like I knew those 2 things, and then I'm like, COVID happened, and like all I want to see is, you know, some Battlefield shit and you know, Dead Space, I guess.
You know, I'm gonna say to you what you say to literally every like event that we cover here is I didn't see a fucking reason for it. Just fucking release the trailers one at a time. And like
I saw more of a reason for this than the last State of Play.
No, dude. No way.
Because here's the thing about the State of Plays, dude. Sony is an entire platform. Sony is an entire platform. They have endless content from them to pull from. Endless. Right. And the fact that they have these shitty ass State of Plays where they don't show any cool indies, anything. They have endless content to pick from because they are a platform. This is EA. They're a publisher.
Who has endless
They don't
endless
though.
IPs.
They don't.
They do.
They do
have
not.
So much shit. They do nothing with it.
No, they have what they're working on, and that's it. Like, they can't, you know, but like Sony has endless shit that everyone's working on that they can pull from, where EA has what they're working on. That's it. You know what I mean? Like,
EA is a publisher and also
what they decide to work on. Yeah, I agree. Maybe they could work on some better shit. But, like, they can only show what they can work on. And I thought as far as, like, what they showed, I thought it was fine. Yeah, I would have liked to see Skate, but it's not ready. I would have liked to see some Star Wars, but it's not ready. Like, don't show what's not ready. And we talk about that all the time.
So one of the things on that point, the Skate point, is that, sure, they didn't show Skate, and we understand that. But the week before, 2 or 3 days before this event, Skate on Twitter released a video behind the scenes of people reacting to the game and like mocap studio where people are like doing tricks and stuff. That would have been excellent in this presentation.
And I'm going to disagree with you here because the thing about this, and let me explain, because I think the thing about if they showed that thing at the EA Play, everyone would have been like, they didn't put a date. They didn't say anything. Why'd they even put that in there? Where it's this, like, everything has a date here. Like, except for
the Dead Space remake.
Except for Dead Space. But that's, like, the big one more thing.
Right.
So, like, it would have been like, why'd you even show this?
It has a date because they've already showed all of this stuff off anyway. You got, okay, I'm just going to run through the list really quick. Grid Legends is the only one that really is new we didn't know about. Lost in Random, we've seen trailers for it over and over again in multiple and trailers like on their own. Knockout City Season 2, that is just a fucking battle pass. You know, they showed off a battle pass. Then next you got Apex Legends Emergence. That's another battle pass. The season, I don't know, 9, I think, Apex. Battlefield Portal, which is a game mode in a game that they've... And again, the worst kept secret in gaming, Dead Space Remake. Everybody knew it, and this gave us zero information other than, yeah, we're working on it. All of those rumors are true. You know, there was no reason for this, and I don't even think Grid is a big enough game to warrant its own thing, you know?
Well, I think, you know, the Dead Space remake thing was never confirmed, and the fact that it leaked isn't necessarily their fault.
No, it's not. But it's still, even with Grid Legends and Dead Space in there, just out of my mind, like, okay, yeah, Dead Space, what if I didn't see the leaks and they announced it, I would have been surprised, honestly. But that is not, like, 30 minutes, sure, but this is half of it is battle passes. Half of it is season passes that we already have shit for. So, and, like, it's not the fact that, like, we already have shit for this, but they release the season, like the shit that they showed at this trailer and this conference on a regular basis, even if there's no conference. Like Apex Legends, there's always like a trailer a week, 2 weeks before, another trailer a week before, and then days before it comes out, another trailer. Like, there's nothing new here. Like, they could have done the same bullshit that they've been doing since the start of Apex, the start of the battle passes, and just said, fuck this.
I'm not saying this is a grade A fucking, show. This is not an E3 level show. But imagine this up against fucking Gearbox at E3. Imagine this shit up against fucking even Ubisoft. This would have been like one of the better ones, because it's like, it was short, it was to the point. They showed Grid Legends, which was like fine. That's cool. There's like a story in this racing game. I'm kind of interested. Lost in Random. Yeah, we've seen trailers before, but this trailer really won me over. I thought that was a really great trailer, and I was like, I kind of want to play this game. Looks really good. Knockout City, I really don't care about. Apex has its fans, and they didn't spend a lot of time on it. They're like, here's like 3 minutes of Apex. Then they showed that Battlefield Portal thing, which I thought was hype as fuck. I thought it looked really cool. They've been holding out on this. This is a new thing. We've never seen this before. And Dead Space, yes, it's been leaked, but imagine it wasn't leaked, And this would have been like, okay, it's fine. This is like this is like a C+, B-.
Yeah, and I understand that, but if you're comparing this to EA and being like, or sorry, E3, and you're like, look at this company, look what they did. It's like, yeah, that was pretty much on par with, I won't say Gearbox, because Gearbox was literally the worst fucking thing and a waste of.
It was better than Capcom even.
Minutes.
Like,
I disagree.
And Capcom's was like way too long too. It was like,
yeah, Capcom had some, like, the Ace Attorney bullshit just went on forever, but yeah, I don't know. It for me, this one is just it is vanilla, and it fits alongside everything that we saw. It fits alongside everything that we've seen at E3 this year, and it just fits perfectly in just like the mediocre blandness that it is.
Mediocre, and I agree with you. But as far as mediocre conferences go, I thought this was one of the better ones, because they didn't spend like 30 minutes on sports. I thought it was fine. It was fine.
But that's part of it,
and
though.
I do that? And yes, I do expect a lot more from Sony. And let me tell you why. Because they're a fucking platform. They're a platform and a publisher. So I expect more from them. And Sony hasn't done shit. I don't know. It's.
Yeah, Sony hasn't done anything, and it's really upsetting that Sony hasn't done anything. I forget even what that game's called, the Looper one.
Deathloop.
Deathloop. Yeah, that's the only thing that they've really even gung-hoed on. But still, it is part of E3, and I know that this is not technically part of E3, but it is EA Play, which they usually do the same time as E3. So it's like in my brain that it's like, yeah, this is an E3 event.
Right.
And, give me the fucking Madden bullshit. I don't think. Give me FIFA or whatever.
They do Madden, yeah.
So give me that shit. I'm here for the cringe, and that's kind of like that is E3 in a sense. It's us making fun of Aisha Taylor and her trying to be us making Greg Miller and him being like, hey, I'm two guys, and they're like, fuck off, Greg. It's that. It's like that's E3
First of all,
for me.
I'm gonna say something really controversial here, okay? This is gonna light the internet on fire, okay? Aisha Tyler got too much hate.
No, she's fine.
She got too much hate, dude.
She's fine.
She got too much hate. I like Ladywood, okay? I thought she was fun, Just saying.
Yeah, she's fine.
I liked her on Who's Line as well,
I haven't seen any, but yeah,
she replaced Drew Carey.
Yeah, I know her role, and that people don't really like her, but
I thought she was fine. I liked her more than Drew Carey. Drew Carey's a cringe.
Drew Carey's a creeper, dude. If those early Who's anyway, when he pulls hot girls from the audience, you're like, oh Jesus, dude, like you shouldn't have a desk that's not see-through. I know people are sitting behind you, but I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, he's a weirdo. But he might not be in his old age. Who knows? Maybe he's like changed or whatever. I'm not judging. I'm just saying like you can tell that it was different. It was different times back then.
I think he was just trying to be funny, and it didn't work a lot of the times, and it came off weird.
Yeah, well, especially nowadays. But I was not impressed with this, and as biased as I am with the Dead Space bullshit, where it's leaked and I knew about it forever, and it's all the sources are like, yeah, they're making Dead Space. It's like, okay, so if I just kind of forget about that, I'm fucking hyped, like so fucking hyped, like that would be. But then, no gameplay, no hype, So it's like, in my old age, it's I've just become jaded in like. You see this trailer, and as a kid, I would be like, dude, Dead Space, yes, let's do it, even without seeing the game. But now I'm like really skeptical. It's like, did they fuck it up? Like they could have fucked it up really bad. And then why am I getting hype? Why am I spending my money? They haven't showed us anything except for a cinematic of a guy's health bar going up his back. And it's like, all right.
I think for like a remake, though, it's like that's all you need, right? Because we know the game.
Yeah.
It's like just the fact that they're making it and working on it, like it's gonna be good. It doesn't matter. Like
I would
unless
like
they
to
really
see...
fuck it up somehow, which I just don't know how you would do that.
I don't know. They put a cover system in it or something. They give you a second controller and say, "Oh, it's a co-op game now."
I never even really played Dead Space, so like even that announcement isn't like that hype for me. But
you're gonna have to. If this is good, you're gonna have to.
I'll play the remake, I guess.
It's the best horror game ever, and I'll stand by that. It is the best horror game ever.
Knack begs to differ.
All right, that's pretty terrifying. I don't know. It might be a toss-up. That's the event. We got Grid Legends for 2022, Lost in Randoms coming out September 10th. Knockout City Season 2 is at July 27th. Apex Legends Season whatever comes out August 3rd. They showed. Oh, you want to go into the Battlefield Portal shit? We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even show us gameplay. They just kind of showed us an idea in the game engine, and it's like they showed us like, oh, like one team all has knives and one team has defibrillators, and you get to fight with those kind of things. I know that's cool, but I wasn't impressed.
Really, I thought it looked cool as fuck. It's just like hella customizable game modes.
That's it.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Games have been doing this since the beginning of time. And
yeah. But
Battlefield is like, oh, you can change the rules, and you're like, yeah, okay, knives only. But with sniper shotguns, like we've had these forever, and it's not doing anything new.
With the Battlefield stuff, though, like you've got helicopters, you've got cars, you got all this shit, dude. Like that's gonna be fun as fuck. And then people are gonna make their own custom things, and then you can play them online, just like you can in Mario Maker. Like it's cool as fuck. I think it's really cool.
If they do make it work, and it is to the extent of like Halo 3 custom games, I'm all in. But it doesn't seem like you're gonna be able to change maps. It doesn't seem like you're gonna be able to like change the rules that much. It's just gonna be like, there's only cars on this map, and nobody has a gun. Everybody has to kill each other with. Like that seems to be the only thing. It's not like Jenga. We're gonna knock these guys off of the tower, or Ice Cream Man, where you're slowly trying to like get up a hill as a car is coming. Like that's what I want. Like that is old school custom games where this just feels like the same formula but with modifiers. It's just like,
I don't know.
Everybody's
we'll see.
got a sniper and a shotgun.
We'll see. I think it sounds cool as fuck. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Yeah, they didn't show any gameplay of it. They showed like in-game cutscene. Not. I mean, it was gameplay, but it was like from not the angle that you would be viewing it on.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for it.
And then they showed off a teaser trailer for Dead Space remake. Pretty haunting trailer.
I say
enjoyed it.
I'm excited for Battlefield Portal, but I'm not fucking buying that game.
I will not either. I will wait till that game is $5.
I'll buy that game for maybe 20.
No, because in a year it'll be free or it'll be $20.
Yep.
15, 10. Like they're so inconsistent. And it's like I bought Battlefield 1, which was the last one that I got. I hated it. And then 3 months later it was $15, $20. I was like, okay, cool. Great. Never doing this again.
Yeah.
And all the maps are free. So
I bought Battlefield 4 for $4. I bought Hardline for $3. Like, I'll just fucking wait.
Yep, it's not a big deal. I'm not hyped about this game whatsoever. And then now we have the news. The big news that everybody's fucking over talking about. I guess it's not over. Probably seen 600 times at this point because I have littered my news feed of everything. So I'm kind of sick of seeing it. But it is a very, very serious, very important thing that has happened, and that is Activision Blizzard has been sued by the state of California over frat boy culture and harassment. This particular story comes from Maeve Alsup, who is the legal reporter at Bloomberg, and it has a trigger warning.
I put the trigger warning, actually.
Oh, you put the trigger warning. Okay, so this might trigger some people.
There's some pretty intense shit in here. And
yeah,
this is kind of a long thing, but I do think we should read all of it.
Yeah, I will definitely read all of it. It's not that long, a couple paragraphs. But forgive me if I stutter a little bit. Video game giant Activision Blizzard Incorporated, maker of games including World of Warcraft and Diablo, fosters a frat boy culture in which female employees are subjected to constant sexual harassment, unequal pay, and retaliation, according to a lawsuit filed by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing, or CDFEH. A 2-year investigation by the state agency found that the company discriminated against female employees in terms and conditions of employment, including compensation, assessment, promotion, and termination. Company leadership consistently failed to take steps to prevent discrimination, harassment, and retaliation, the agency said. According to the complaint filed Tuesday in the Los Angeles Superior Court, female employees make up around 20% of the Activision workforce and are subjected to a pervasive frat boy workplace culture, including cube crawls, in which a male employee drinks copious amounts of alcohol, crawl their way through various cubicles in the office, and often engage in inappropriate behavior toward female employees. The agency alleges male employees play video games during the workday while delegating responsibilities to female employees, engage in sexual banter, and joke openly about rape, among other things. Female employees allege being held back from promotions because of the possibility they might become pregnant, being criticized for leaving to pick their children up from daycare, and being kicked out of lactation rooms so male colleagues could use the room for meetings, the complaint says. The suit also points to a female Activision employee who took her own life while on a company trip with her male supervisor. The employee had been subjected to intense sexual harassment prior to her death, including having nude photos passed around at a company holiday party, the complaint says. The agency seeks an injunction forcing compliance with workplace protections, as well as unpaid wages, pay adjustments, back pay, and lost wages and benefits for female employees. Quote, "We value diversity and strive to foster a workplace that offers inclusivity for everyone. There is no place in our company or industry or any industry for sexual misconduct or harassment of any kind," a spokesperson for Activision Blizzard said in a statement. "We take every allegation serious and investigate all claims in cases related to misconduct. Action was taken to address the issue. The DFEH includes distorted and, in many cases, false descriptions of Blizzard's past. We have been extremely cooperated with the DFEH throughout their investigation, including providing them with extensive data and ample documentation, but they refused to inform us on what issues they perceived, the statement continued. The picture the DFEH paints is not the Blizzard workplace as of today, the company said.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is a lot. I'm out of breath. You take over for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, so a lot of stuff has happened since this happened, right? Like, so this was kind of the initial article that kind of took off. First of all, the fact that the state of California is coming out for you, that's pretty bad, dude. That's pretty damning. Like, it's not just like some people like making allegations, which is bad enough. No, this is the fucking state of California. That like there's literally Hollywood in California, and Hollywood doesn't go after that, like the studios there. Right. This is the same state that's going after. So things have to be pretty fucking bad there. Yep. I don't like the use of this. I don't like the use of this frat boy culture. I don't think that's the right phrase to use. I get it. I get why they use it, but like, it's not really fair to frat boys, is it?
I mean, it is an image though. Like the frat boy, I understand. Or, you know, they're just fucking people in clubs, you know, most of the time. Yeah. But like the all the movies and shit.
Yeah.
Boy, and you just get it. It's like, oh yeah, everybody's drinking, hitting on chicks and doing stupid shit with fireworks.
I feel like some chud could hear this and be like, frat boy culture. They're just having a good time. What, these ladies can't keep up? You know, like, I don't know. Because, like, you know, it's fine if you have a fun work environment. You guys, like, make jokes or whatever. And like, even maybe some, like, edgy jokes is okay here and there. But, like, dude, when you're, like, openly making, like, rape jokes and then, like, you know, telling your not giving pay increases to women because they might have fucking children, having these like beer crawl things, and there was more to this article as well. That was like, you know, a lot of the ladies would like end up doing a lot of work while like dudes were just playing video games in the other room, and there was a statement by vice president who is a woman. I forget her name. God damn it. Whatever. She made a statement. I'm paraphrasing, but she was basically like, "Oh, I've never seen anything like this in my company, and if it was this company, it was a long time ago, and you know, whatever." And it's like, well, of course you haven't seen it. You're the vice president. Like, of course. Yeah. And also,
nobody is doing a cube crawl to your office. Right. You know,
and also like, if it was a long time ago, that still happened in your company a long time ago, like, and it was obviously never addressed. Yeah, so,
the back pay, the loss of wages, all that shit should still be brought up. You know, like it's not about like, well, this was a long time ago, so there's, you know, the statute of limitations. That shouldn't fucking exist. People that work 18 years.
And when you say a long time ago, how long do you mean? Like 5 years ago?
Yeah, like last week. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So also, like, the investigation, I don't know how the state, I'm gonna sneeze. I don't know how the state set this investigation up, but the way that like the whole thing is, I'm okay. The way that the whole thing is worded makes it sound like somebody like got on the inside from like State Department, where they're like, okay, we've kept getting like you know, warnings about Activision Blizzard. Just go check it out, make sure. And then, you know, Rookie just sees all the shit that goes on, and he's like, yeah, dude, the shit up in there. Yeah, we gotta put. Like, I don't know how long the investigation is going. We don't. There's a lot of unanswered questions though about like how they did it and where they're getting their information other than, people
Right.
saying stuff. Because it's going to court for sure. And it is a court case. So we won't get a whole lot of information until it's over with.
Well, and we'll continue to see the fallout of this. Like the crazy thing about this is it was both Activision and Blizzard. Both of them apparently are like notorious for this shit. And the fact that these two companies decided to like group up is kind of ironic. But like, yeah, it's just crazy. I know a lot of people are like doing sit-ins in World of Warcraft, where like a lot of World of Warcraft players have canceled their subscription, and until the end of their subscription they're like doing sit-ins and like blocking places. Apparently
Nice.
there was one specific guy who was like notoriously bad. I don't remember his name, but like apparently he was a writer and he wrote a lot of early World of Warcraft stuff. So there's been like a lot of petitions to like change some of his shit in classic World of Warcraft, and there's like some things named after him as well in the game. And everyone's like, you should rename that shit. Can Activision Blizzard recover from this as well? Because they also, right after this, like, were like, hey, we've got a season update for Call of Duty, and everyone's like, we don't care. we don't care about that right now, dude. They're in a lot of trouble. I'm interested to, and obviously this isn't the important thing, but like I'm interested to see how this is going to affect their numbers, if at all.
I think it will a little bit, but a lot of
love
the
their
people,
Call of Duties, man.
a lot of people that are in Call of Duty are too fucking young to know or give a shit about what's going on. Because if it was me in 7th grade, I'd be like, I just wouldn't get the news. It'd be like Call of Duty's fun.
Right.
I go to school, I home, I play. It'll be those people. It'll be people that play Call of Duty are also the same fucking frat boy community. So they're like, oh yeah, suck, blah blah blah, and then they just support even more. But I think their numbers will dip down a little bit because
and then also like on top of that, like Call of Duty is like a casual game, and a lot of casual gamers don't keep up with gaming news.
Right.
But this has been more than just gaming news, and that is the thing that is interesting about this particular piece of news. And I don't feel particularly qualified to even talk about it that much, but like the thing about this piece of news is it hasn't just been on like Kotaku, it hasn't just been on IGN. This shit was on Bloomberg, which they do have a gaming section, but this was also on like the Washington Post is doing articles about this shit.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a CNN report about this shit. Like like this is pretty big news, and like people are watching, and I think like we're seeing like a transformation of the gaming industry, because the gaming industry is still sort of a young industry, but it's getting older and it needs to start maturing. We've had a long time where just these companies thought they could do whatever the fuck they wanted and just hang out with the bros. But we should. I would love to see like some unions built around video gaming. Especially like since these aren't just small companies anymore. These are multi-billion-dollar companies. Like,
these are like some of the biggest industry. Like these guys have offices with 500, 600 people in them. It's bigger than some
dude. And the more news that comes out about this shit with like Activision Blizzard, Ubisoft, it happened there. There was even like a little tiff over at Insomniac. Like the more of this shit that comes out just like makes me just like, I just don't even want to play these fucking games. I just don't want to even like fucking
just let me support indie developers.
I know, like I'm just gonna play Hades for the rest of my life and games like that.
Yeah. Supergiant, just keep doing you, man. Just keep doing you, and I will support you as much as I can.
As long as you isn't weird.
As long as you stay 6 best friends or whatever.
Cory Barlog seems like a cool dude, So I'm
Yeah.
gonna play God of War. Fucking
Yeah.
Neil Druckmann seems like a cool dude. I'll play some Last of Us.
Yeah, like yeah. Until some shit comes out about, you know.
The really surprising thing is nothing has come out about EA, as far as I know. Which you'd think that would be like the first company, but like
I actually can't imagine EA is such a bad like company. I
Yeah,
feel like they're very
buttoned
old
up.
ways.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like they're like you go into the office like any other office
probably
job.
sucks to work there, but like
It probably sucks to work there, but you probably have like better benefits than a normal office job. But it's not as like laid back and cool and like, yeah, just go fucking play video games, get your work done. Like,
although EA is guilty, just like a lot of these other companies, of just like making a shit ton of money and then laying off a ton of employees.
yeah. Well, yeah,
they are
that's the
guilty of
CEO and everybody that's high up. Like that's just greed. That's corporate greed is what it is. And
that'll never go away.
I mean, yeah, as long as it isn't regulated, then we won't. It's corporate greed.
I know we need unions, dude.
Unions
Video
or
games need
or
unions.
regulation. Like,
Both.
yeah, you can't make this much money in this amount of time. Like, nobody needs $5 million to survive a year. You know, like, cap it, tax the rest of it. Like, fuck.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how this lawsuit takes place. I don't know any of the details about like when that's taking
timelines
place.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
like timelines and stuff. But I'm very curious to see how this all plays out.
I am too. And
we all know Activision's gonna have the greatest lawyers in town, though. So,
but I mean, it's the state of California.
that's true.
So they've got a pretty big, entity up against them. Yeah, we'll stay with the story as long as there's news on the story and updates.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I don't want to like milk it, like, but like if there's something to say about it.
Yeah, like we'll probably get the verdict and all that once it comes out. And like, one of the biggest questions for me right here is like, do you think that they're suing them for enough money? I don't think that that's possible.
No, yeah, like this is going to be a dent for them.
Yeah.
But like I said, like, how is this going to affect their business, especially with a bunch of like World of Warcrafters like deciding to cancel their subscription? But then it's like, how long do these people cancel their subscriptions for?
Right.
A month?
It is an
then they come
addiction,
back. Yeah,
especially World of Warcraft. You
These
know,
people are addicted to these games. Same with Call of Duty. Like, these people are fucking addicted to these games. So like, yeah. But like, I don't know. I feel like these big companies have made it easier and easier for me to not play their games because they release less and less games every year, and they just keep doing these
they're all
battle
shit.
pass things. And I'm just like, I don't want to play your games anyway.
You know, I do like the battle pass. I like that way more than the season pass.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Because if I'm spending $30 for a season pass and I have no idea what the fuck is in it, get the fuck out of here. Whereas a battle pass is like all of the gameplay stuff is free, but like we've increased the price of like cosmetics and stuff by like 20 times or something. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, but like now that every game is like a games of service, they're making less and less games. Like Ubisoft hardly releases games now. And like they've said as much as that too, where they're like, we're just really making Assassin's Creed, and that's it.
That's
It's
all.
like, fine, I don't want to play that anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't really want to play
time.
Call of Duty anyway. Although
It gives
I have
me
been
time
playing
to play
Cold
like
War.
whatever Capcom's got going on or whatever.
Right?
Whatever the indies have got going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or Xbox. Yeah. Or Sony.
Yeah. So.
Nintendo.
Yeah, it's very huge news, and I won't stick on it too much longer. Probably just wrap it up right here
curious.
because like I've seen it all over the place. Like you named all of those publications that have been reporting on it, and I'm sure it's, if you keep up with video game news, you've probably seen it somewhere.
Yeah, but we're your favorite source, so I get it.
Hopefully, fingers crossed on that.
That's why we're talking about it, because we're your favorite source.
We're your favorite. We may be a little late, but we're your favorite.
That's right.
That's all we got. We got for the show anyway. We have what to look forward to next week. Just a couple of things. One thing I'm excited about, I don't know if it's going to be good or not, is Near Reincarnation comes out on the 28th. I believe that's Wednesday. That's a phone game. And I don't know if it's a gacha game or whatnot, but you know, I love my Nier series, and I hope this is good. And then on Xbox, we got a whole bunch of stuff. Microsoft Flight Simulator comes out July 27th. That's on the consoles, so that's cool. The fact that they got that game on consoles is impressive. It's very impressive. And not just the X, not just the Series X, but also the Series S, which is crazy. And then Samurai Warriors 5 comes out on everything July 27th as well. I'm not a huge Warriors fan.
Well, Samurai Warriors is that Devolver game.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Let me see.
What? No, it's not. No way.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, there's
oh yeah,
no.
Right.
It's a Warriors game. It's like
right.
Hyrule Warriors.
It's like Dynasty Warriors, yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm not.
I got them mixed up, okay? Shit.
This shouldn't even be in here. We're not even interested in this.
Yeah, we're delete that. Get it off the list.
I'm deleting it.
Send it to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, fuck that. Nobody plays those games. And if you do, don't even watch.
Turn it off.
Just kidding.
Hit follow first.
Please keep watching. Sorry, we made fun of your favorite games. I'm just really surprised they're actually still going with those games. Recent reviews and Open Critic. We got a bunch of them. Bunch of shit came out this week. Starting with Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's doing pretty good. It's got an 84 score of 84 with 48 critic reviews. We also have Neo, The World Ends With You, 83 with 35 critic reviews. Chris Tales gives a 77 out of 47 critic reviews. And Death's Door has an 87 out of 60 critic reviews.
I've been hearing great things about this game.
You know what I didn't realize about Death's Door is it's the same people who made Titan Souls.
Oh yeah.
It's just a boss rush game. And then when I like learned that was I know what this game is. I know exactly what this game is. It's little puzzles and then you get boss rush. And people are fucking loving it. I love Titan Souls, but Death's Door looks better than that. Like it looks really cute. It looks really good. I do wish it was a roguelike, but I know that not everything can be a roguelike.
Although it seems like everything is these days.
I know. It keeps coming back to it. So, and eventually it'll stop, and I'll be sad, and I'll have to find something else. Maybe it'll be Monster Hunter stories. But yeah, that's it. You got a question for these fine, lovely people?
You know,
for us this week.
I guess just like what'd you guys think of the EA play? I don't know what else to ask. I'll leave it pretty open though. Like if you guys want to just like leave some topics in the comments, I'd love to get your topics, you know?
Yeah, or questions for us. If you have questions for us, leave them in the, as the Vlog Brothers say, the doobly doo. Leave them down there. And
I'll also post on Twitter, which is at LonerCast1. So follow us there for questions, and we'll read your answers to the questions.
And that'll do it for the show for us. Remember to check out our other LonerCast shows. We've got the Jake and Corey podcast, comes out every Monday, most of the asterisks. We've got this show, which is out every Tuesday, and that there's no asterisks there. It's always out on Tuesday.
God damn it.
And we stream it live here on Monday at 3:30 on Twitch, twitch.tv/LonerCast. So give us a follow. We're very close to affiliate. We would very much appreciate just a watch, even if you have it muted. We don't give a shit. We just want to hit that affiliate link, please. What else we got? We got the spoiler cast. We're doing a bunch of MCU stuff. We recently just watched Hulk. Right after we finish this show, we're gonna do a spoiler cast of the Hulk. So check that out. That's gonna air on Wednesday. It's gonna air on Wednesday on YouTube and And then also follow us on Twitter at emergencypizza_ is Jacob, and I am at fatal_microwave. And follow the show at lonercast1. Thanks for watching, everybody. You stay cool. It is the summer. Stay dry. And
Steve Brule.
yeah, what he said.